Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Facebook Live. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. Let me move those out of the way. So welcome to our Monday morning Facebook Live. I have a new stamp set for you this week, and it's called To the Moon, as you can see here. It is on page 102 of our annual catalogue, and this is the current one here. So if you don't have this current one, May 21 to April 22, 2022, then do let me know if you're in the UK and I can send you a copy. We also have our August to December catalogue and celebration brochure, which goes live on the 3rd of August. So those catalogues will be sent out this week in person and also with the class in a box. Good morning, Vanessa and Kerry. How lovely to have you both join me this morning. So it's a beautiful day here for us in Brackley, and let's hope this continues. So we have a new stamp set, as I said, To the Moon. So it's evening time for Vanessa, and it must be, yes, late evening for Kerry. One day ahead and one day behind. So there we go. So this is the stamp set. I have used this one here for an idea which I had, and I'm going to implement that hopefully tomorrow. And that was a challenge I set myself after our most recent class in a box, which was the Give It a Whirl dies. And what I wanted to do is have this phase of the moon spinning round in the little window. So that's my plan for tomorrow, to show you that one. And today we're just going to be stamping this out to get a feel for all of the stamps and then doing a simple card. I've got two colours here. So I've got grey granite and night of navy, and I've got white. And I haven't quite decided which layers I'm going to do for my card. I am going to grab some white card in a second, but what I want to do is my usual, just stamping out of those new stamps to see what they look like. So I'll get cracking with that. Oh, it's, yes, Monday evening for Kerry. Yes, I beg your pardon, Kerry. Ooh. There we go. So it must be similar for Vanessa in that case. There we go. So just wipe that down. So as you can see, we have this large moon image. I think you could also make that almost an earth image as well. We've got a moon, the stars in different sizes. We've got a little constellation here, and then the phases of the moon here, and then some nice sentiments. Enjoy this new phase of life, perfect for a retirement card. Love you to the moon and back. Congratulations, always reach for the stars, and then more thanks than stars in the sky. So I've got a piece of thin whisper white, and I'm going to stamp all the images out. Now these should be the exact size from the images on the front, as it doesn't indicate otherwise. And I'm not quite sure what colour I'm going to stamp them in. Well, I do try, Kerry, it doesn't always work. Okay, so this is a distinctive stamp, so it's going to do all the work for you. So this is grey granite, and I might just pop a mat underneath there. She's and she can't because it's caught. It's in my backpack. Let me grab a mouse mat. There we go. It's not quite the same, but it will just give a little bit of cushioning. I love my Stampin' Up mouse mat. Fab, isn't it? Okay, so let's stamp these and have a look. So say this is grey granite, and I'm thinking grey granite and night of navy would be a nice combination. That's fab, love that. So I'm just going to do the images really quickly, and then it gives a chance for people to hop on as well. So this moon, this little crescent moon, would be perfect in its own right on a scene. And then what do we have? Some little stars. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. I don't know who's been staying up to watch the Olympics. So for us, the majority of the Olympics take place in the very early hours of the morning. I guess it's easier for you in Australia, as they take place in the daytime and the early hours of the evening. There we go. Just going to pop these back. So I've done those 3 sets of stars. Then we have the constellation. I think this is one of those stamp sets that is easily overlooked as well. I don't think there's a huge set of samples in the catalogue, so it doesn't really jump out at you, but perfect for obviously anybody interested in astronomy, and perfect, as I said, for retirement cards and for mail cards generally. I know I shouldn't really say that, should I, this day and age, but okay. So this is the phases of the moon. Hi Carol, sorry I didn't spot you on there. Oh, how very exciting, Kerry, a new grandson in the family. How fantastic is that? Morning, Jeanette. Have they given him a name yet, I wonder? So this is the phases of the moon, and it includes all this marking, which I think is lovely. Let's do a few of the sentiments, and then we'll get cracking on a card. So this is all grey granite. Always reach for the stars. Hi Louise. Lovely to have you join us. I hope you're feeling better. It's a little bit cooler, not much. It seems to be warming up again, doesn't it? So more thanks and stars in the sky. So some nice little sentiments. Oh, brilliant. 4 daughters, 2 granddaughters. We have a grandson, Roland Wesley. That's a nice name, combination of names. So this is congratulations. I like the script. Morning, Babsy. I hope you're well too. Okay, next one says love you too. The moon and back. There's that one there. Hope you can see that. Okay, sorry, it's quite a long way from you, isn't it? So here is that lovely moon image, and here stars, the constellation, the phases of the moon, and then I'm just doing the sentiments. I've got one more left to do. There we go. this says enjoy this new phase of life. So as I say, perfect for retirement. Would also work for a new mum, wouldn't it? So there we go. That's the stamps all stamped out. So let us make a card with that. I'm not quite sure whether to stamp grey. I think what I might do is grey granite and some Night of Navy, that combination. Let me grab a piece of Whisper White. I thought I'd cut a layer up ready, but obviously I hadn't. Let me just cut that. So I'm looking forward to our first back in person class tomorrow. Obviously we've been at Coffee and Card now for, I don't know, 5-6 weeks, something like that. Okay, so this is 9.5 by 13.85. I'll do 2 because while I'm there I might as well, and then I can do 2 cards together. As I say, I am going to do the Faces of the Moon going round in the Give It a Whirl dies tomorrow, so watch out for that. I thought that was a bit much to be starting with on a Monday morning. Okay, so this is my layer, and I've got assorted layers here. So I have got a grey granite, I've got a Night of Navy, okay, and then I've got white layers for the card, and I've also got a grey granite. Okay, now my phone's just kicked me off. Let me just see that we're still live. Looks like it. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the Faces of the Moon across here, like so. Now I wonder, does it matter which way around it goes? No, it doesn't. So I think I'm going to stamp those in grey granite. Right, let me see if I can find the video again. Sorry to keep you waiting. Just so I can see if there's any questions or comments. Oh, Katie wants the moon faces to do. Well, she can stamp it with stays on as a temporary fix. Morning, Lynn. So let's pop this on here. Let's do that there. I can see it's not very straight on my stamp, so hopefully that will be straight on my card. Yes, there we go. And then I'm going to add some of the stars dotted around. So I like this one with the little stars here. I'm going to grab that one and just dot these around. Like so. And then I've got enjoy this new phase of life. I can find that one. Here it is. And I'm thinking of putting that underneath there in Night of Navy. Morning, Moretta. I hope you're well. And I hope things are okay with your mum. Okay. So let's have a look. So this says enjoy this new phase of life. Could should put it right on, but I think I'm going to have it just slightly off to the right hand side. There we go. And I think it obviously needs a bit more. So what I'm going to do is introduce the constellations around the edging. So it does stamp really well, and I do love this detail. But as I say, you could do this almost as the earth, couldn't you? And this would look lovely in white embossing powder or silver embossing powder. So I'm just going to add this around here, like so. It is, isn't it, Barbara? Something completely different. I'm just going to bring something in. Like that. And bring some more of these in. Great for men's cards, exactly, Louise. Exactly. Let's take that going off the edges. Let's bring in another little bit here. So I really want the moon and the sentiment to do the work, and then this is just filling in the background really. And I wonder if I'm just going to put some stars in here. There we go. I think that is going to be it. So let's see how we can layer that up. Just going to take that out because that's got a bit of ink on it. Let me just wipe it down. So mat, a mouse mat is a good alternative. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. That onto there, onto there. Just really straightforward. I've got a little bit of an edge on there, so I need to trim my blade. So I'm just going to use an emery board on the edge. Get rid of that. Yep, and then this can go onto white or onto grey. I think I'm going to put it onto the grey. Okay, so let's just pop those together. So really easy card to make. And I'll do another one with the moon. So just centralising that. I've used the wet glue, so I've got the opportunity to move it around a little bit. Same with this one. Oh, excellent, Moretta. That's great news. So my mum is peaceful, sleeping, and hanging on. So she's not very aware of what's going on or anything, but she is peaceful. Okay, so that's that one all done. So there we are, very straightforward, perfect retirement card. Enjoy this new phase of life. Could also be for somebody who's divorced, new grandchildren, all sorts of anything really. That's a nice face, a nice sentiment, and I do like the script of that as well. It's nice. Morning, Zana. I hope I'm saying your name right, pronouncing it right. I know you did tell me before it was like Anna, so do correct me if I'm wrong. So this is the stamp set they were using, To the Moon. So this time I'm going to use this moon image. Just going to bring my mouse mat back. Just want to wipe that down. Oh, good. Thank you. Nothing more frustrating than when people misspell your name. Oh, mispronounce your name rather. Okay, just making sure that's nice and clean. See a tiny little bit there. That's it. So, shall I do that in the grey granite? Or shall I do it in Night of Navy? Any suggestions? I'd try it in Night of Navy, just for something slightly different. If it doesn't work, we can revert. Oh, bless you. Oh, good morning, Value. I hope I pronounced that right too. Night of Navy, says Babsy. Perfect. Oh, look at that. It's fab, isn't it? So for this sort of stamp, you definitely don't want a very inky ink pad. Okay, because it's what it will do. It will flood the stamp. So let's have a look and see. I'm not quite sure which direction that should be in, but let's put it essentially to the left. There we go. Perfect. Now I've got some tiny little pieces which might come from my can you see my chamois just beginning to go through? I've used it that much, and those tiny little pieces have got transferred, so there's some little tiny dots, but to be honest I don't think it matters. You can see the difference here, but because it's supposed to be the moon in the distance, I think we'll get away with that. So time to replace that chamois, I fear. Mind you, they've done well. I've had them. I'm trying to think when they came out, whether it was last year or even the year before. And they get used for coffee and card and everything else. Okay, so this one I think is going to have Love You to the Moon and Back across here. Let me find that sentiment. Love You to the Moon and Back. No, it doesn't really show, does it? I know it's there, but I don't think unless you compared it to my other one, I don't think you would know. And I think I'm going to have to do that in navy too, just to make that stand out. And I'm just going to have that connected here. So I've got the love bit on the moon. There we go. Love love you to the moon and back. And so I can't put our other little circle moon in, so I think I'm going to do a few constellations maybe, and some stars. And I'm going to do those in the grey granite because I want that to be the focal point. Morning, Jill. Thanks for joining us this morning. I hope you had a good weekend. So let's add this constellation going around the edge. Like so. This will make a lovely background, wouldn't it? So, in its own right. Just turn that round. There we go. And then I'm going to add a few of those little stars. Now I do like these little ones. Less keen on the larger ones. I mean, stars are always useful. This one on its own would look nice. But I'm going to stick with those tiny little ones. And just dot those around. So really simple card, just straight simple stamping, no techniques per se. As I say, only make sure that you're not using a very inky ink pad. So if it's brand new, just move some of the ink to one side. There we go. And let's see what I have for layers now. So I have a grey granite and have white, but I think I might look for a night of navy, and then that will give me my 3 items of navy, 1, 2, 3 in the card, and then here I've got 1, 2, 3. So if you're looking at a card and it feels slightly imbalanced, have a look for the rule of 3 in some way, shape or form. Let me grab night of navy. Yeah, that would look lovely on there. Be happy with that. Just need to score that. So Monday morning here for us in the UK. So I have coffee and card this afternoon, and then class and alive tomorrow, and then live Wednesday, Thursday, and then another class on Saturday. So my class in a box. So a busy week ahead. Oh, girly colours. What, in pinks? Oh, I could try one in pinks. No trouble at all. Let's pop those layers together. This will need an inside layer as well. So shout me some colours, Zana. And we'll do one in girly colours. Let me grab another glue. Let's give this time to come down. It's been stood at the other end. There we go. Keep this nice and clear. Oh, that's a good idea. Son and daughter. Yes. I know it's a sentiment a lot of parents use, isn't it? And children use. Okay, make sure I've got the card the right way opening out. Just want to make sure that, because that looks a bit long. It is a bit long. So I'm going to trim this down. I've obviously cut a piece of card off and then put this one back in that's not exactly A6, so just going to trim this down a little bit. This one, and then a little bit of that one as well. So it should be 14.85. There we go. Okay, so we've got enjoy this new phase of life and love you to the moon and back. So let's do this in pinks, which is a great suggestion from Zana. So let me wipe this down. Okay. What pink should we go for? And then Mambo. Do we think? Let's try it and see. Move those out of the way. Let's grab another piece of white card. This is why doing it live is great, because you get different ideas. There we go. Let's try it and see. There we are. Bring my mat back in. So let's give it a go. So I've chosen Melon Mambo because I know it's quite a light, actually this one might not be. I'm just going to grab another Melon Mambo, because one of them I inked up quite recently. So let's have a look and see. Let's give it a go. Just going to put this at a slightly different angle this time. So a little bit, so you can see here where this pooling is. If you compare it to here, if I turn that like that, can you see this has flooded that little bit of the stamp? I'm going to just do it again. I think it's okay, but maybe I'll be a bit lighter. I can't really stamp it off because there won't be enough detail to transfer. Let's see if that works. I can see lots of little bits. Let's have a look and see if that's any better. Bless you, Vanessa. Okay, so can you see here those tiny little bits are getting transferred? So I'm going to do this again, or use the one on the other side. Let's have a look. I might just use that one. So I really do need to get rid of that. Chamois. Okay, so let's do the same. Love you to the moon and back. Let's just clean off I had to sort out of my odd bits of grid paper yesterday, so I cut them up into smaller pieces, which is perfect for here. So let's have a look. Love you to the moon and back. Yep. Yes, vellum would look really nice. Yes, and yes, embossed white, embossed silver on navy, all sorts of combinations really. There we go. Love you to the moon and back in pink. And shall I go pink for all my little stars then? Let's find the stamp. Why not? Here. Seem to be getting very inky on my block today. And I meant to say, one of the reasons that those little bits from the chamois are sticking to the moon piece, and that's because there's so much crisscross hatching here. So it's not like a flat stamp that you would just wipe off. It's got so much intricate detail there, sort of getting stuck in there. So if that happens, either give it a good clean or time to change your chamois. Sorry, Vanessa. I try my best. It happens to the best of us, doesn't it? And I do think this is one that will be easily missed in the catalogue as well. There we go. So there is a pink variation for the girls. We'll grab a piece of pink backing. Slightly small, but I could do that with a bigger border then onto white. It's this one. Okay. Okay, so this is my standard white card, and I suspect, yeah, that's the same size. What I might do is cut this down a little bit more so it's got more of a pink border. Just as a little bit more of a contrast. So Take a little bit off here. So this currently measures 13.85, so I'm going to take it down another ½ centimetre. A little bit off the top. Off there. Okay, let's cut this down to 10 by 14.35. I've got something in that track. Yep. Trim this a little bit more. Oh, I've made that really bad. Look at that. What am I like? Okay. So very often, if your blade is causing a little bit of edging, it's probably the track that needs cleaning rather than your blade being dull. This might be too small now. Let's have a look. Babsy likes the pink. There we go. So I'm going to make this piece a little bit smaller. As I chopped the edge of that other piece off. There we go. And I could add a bit of bling, of course, for this piece in the pink. So what I wanted was a larger border around the edge, like so. So let's pop this on. One layer. Like so. And I've got a tiny little edge here that's slightly there we go. So if you do have that, just use an emery board to just tidy that edge up. Let's pop this on here and then add some pink bling. I'm not sure I need bling on the other ones. What do you think? I mean, I could put some just some plain gems. I don't think it needs it. There we go. So let me bring this up to the screen. There it is. This is the other one. And then this one here. Let's add a bit of bling to this one. No bling, says Jeanette. Kerry says the other ones don't need bling. Oh, let's have a look and see. So I've got a little bit of, this is polished pink. Add a little bit of just plain gems, clear ones, opal rounds. I've got polished pink here. Yeah, it's not quite the right pink. It's amazing what a difference that will look like. So I am just going to add, just on these constellations, maybe a couple of little ones. Sorry, Jeanette. Sort of, there's one, two, and three. It is very on the edge, but I think I'll get away with it. Like so. There we go. So hopefully still fairly subtle. So there we go. That's our so 3 cards. So thank you for the idea, Zana. Was it Zana? I'm looking back now to see who suggested the pink. Oh yes, it was Zana. So thank you for that one. So there we go, in pink. Enjoy this new phase of life for a retirement card. And then this one here, love you to the moon and back, with the Knight of Navy and grey granite. So there we go. So I hope you like our cards from today. I will be back tomorrow evening, all being well, 7 p.m, and I'm going to do this phase of the moon in the Give It a Whirl dies. So that means stamping each of these individually in a circle. So that's my plan for tomorrow evening. So I hope you can join me for that. In the meantime, I do hope you have a good day. Thank you for your lovely comments. Thanks, Jeanette, Vanessa, Babsy, Moretta, Zana, Carol, Value, Louise, Lynn, and anybody else who knows me. No, anybody else who joined me. So thank you so much, everybody. You take care, have a good day, look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, and I'll be back with you tomorrow for some more crafting. Thank you so much. Bye bye.